high IQ to think defensively and attack on the offensive end if available.
Well, he is making a lot of impact para dito sa Batangas, and he really made an impact in that third quarter for them to be able to get back this lead. Early foul para sa Batangas right here. It's going to be on Jexter Apinan.
Now, one key difference that you see already is you see the scoring difference right there. That's a plus 12 in the third quarter, really brought about by the defense of Batangas. You see immediately in that quick action, Pat Buena is not going to shoot that ball quickly. He's going to have to put that ball on the floor and find a way to shoot it if he still wants to shoot it from three.
Pat Buena, they are trying to deny him that basketball. They're forcing other guys to making that shot, but this time around he is open on the corner. Pat Buena, automatic for Pat.
Well, two things that worked for him. One, he didn't put the ball on the floor. Two, he understood that it was going to be a flyby, and once that flyby went past, that's when he took a shot.
Now, consistency has been the name of the game for Pat Buena. This is his third straight double-digit game. And that's going to be a miss for John Nermal. Coach, he has been struggling to try.
But ang importante dito, if you're John Nermal, all right, fine, you're not making your shots, but you still got to play defense.
John Nermal only with 1 point in this ball game. You know, Coach, he's coming off a 20-point, 10-rebound game. But today, not the same ball game for John.
Yeah, different type of ball game here.
Homeboy asked for a clear out. He likes the matchup. Steps back. That's his angle. That's going to be a miss for Wendell.
Well, he has not shot the ball well from beyond Chino Homeboy.
There's one thing I noticed, Coach. Whenever he asks for a clear out, there is a green light coming from the coaching staff. And that's not usual when we're seeing them.
Well, he's 3 out of 7 from there, which is pretty decent. But knowing that it's Chino Homeboy, expect mo mas marami, di ba?
So a lot of adjustment para dito sa Batangas. Si Coach Cholo Villanueva. A lot of different experimentation as we still are in the preseason. Sabi nga namin ni Coach Mike, preseason lang but the competition is intense.
Agree.
Dito sa Mpbl, it does not feel like a preseason. So on a kick out, Buena quick on the pass, but terrific defense. I think that's one of the things they are trying to check, Coach, the versatility of this five.
That's right. And you see Coach J.B. Ole immediately telling his guys, he loves the movement, but you got to do it a little bit quicker. You know, make quick to a read and then make a decision off of it.
Sometimes you're just too sharing of that basketball, and 24 is not enough. LGR, the official outfitter of the Mpbl. John Nermal looking for a friend. Goes post. Has that height advantage against Buena, but Buena standing his ground. Terrific. Help side double on the blind side. On the jump. Hoson, too long. Offensive rebound, too short.
Oh, wow.
They go for a kick out. Buena goes to Derrigue. Derrigue has that shot. Derrigue misses.
They're rushing it again.
A little too rushed para sa QC. Not the best possession. Homeboy. On the other end, they try to slow. They go two-man game. Apinan kicks it out. Nermal, nothing to rush for. Still 10 seconds on the shot clock. Nermal steps back. Nermal with a miss.
Well, you see how Quezon right there defended against Nermal. He's actually forcing him to go to the middle. He's not giving up that push to the side. Go middle. We're going to have more help.
Both defenses are successful the past few plays. They're going to go for a staggered screen. Buena likes that space. But good recovery. That's going to be a block on Ino. Side of the blue. Open is Ochea. They go to Nermal. Nothing to rush for. They like to execute. Still 13 on the clock. Homeboy tries to fish. Nothing there. A little too deep. Apinan. One-on-one. Para pina-travel.
Oh!
Floats it up. Gets lucky and gets the 2. Extends the lead to 4.
Well, I was about to say it's the late clock situation, and the defense really held up for the Black Bulls, but a terrific make by Seda Blaza.
Coach, that's the time they say good defense, just better offense on the side of Jexter Apinan.
That's right.
Block. Once again, Sawat not able to get that rebound. So Doria was able to get that second chance opportunity. Only a 2-point ball game here in Orion, Batangas. Nermal goes to Sawat. He tried to go on a curl. Nothing there. They go kick out. A little too weak. Dermal able to fish for a foul, but still not a field goal. The struggles continue for John Dermal.
Yeah, however, despite the struggles, you still gotta play the profile player that you are, and you understand, I'm used to this, and somehow you just have to get out of that slump.
Let's just talk about John Dermal. He was one of the main factors why Bacoor was able to enter the finals a few years back. Moving over to the PBA, MoneyPay, the digital wallet built for the community. John Dermal, Coach, what is the role you think he will be playing here for Coach Cholo?
Well, one, I think his length is going to be very vital in terms of a defense for Coach Cholo. He always puts a premium on the defensive side. But the offensive threat of a John Dermal is already a given. And so that's something that he's going to give John Dermal a lot of freedom to try and figure out.
John Dermal misses on the second one. Homeboy, too long. Rebounded by Quezon City. This is a close fourth quarter we are having. De La Cruz pushes the ball.
Oh, look at Jexter Pinan.
Fighting for that basketball. Jumper off the left. That is good for QC. Don't look now. We are tied again in this ball game.
One of the cleanest looks from perimeter para dito sa Black Bulls. That pull-up.
62 all with only 5 minutes and 30 remaining. A close ball game. Gets a step in. What a find! Galing dito kay Ino Comboy, seeing a cutter off that right side.
You see how Coach Cholo, on that point-blank miss by Don Ochea, did not even, you should have made that. You're supposed to make that shot. He clapped all the way, understanding that we got the ball movement, we got the man movement. It's just really the shot making. I'd like to think Coach Cholo is a coach that does not worry about the result, but is really more worried about the process.
Yes, and no panic, Coach. We see no panic. Not just Coach Cholo, Coach. You see it in the whole coaching staff. It's a culture.
Agree.
It's a culture. This is a coaching staff that is with him wherever he goes. Kasama niya yan sa Lasal Women, kasama niya dito sa Batangas. Coach, even in a company Olympics, ito pa rin yung coaching staff ni Coach Cholo. So there is a culture set by Coach Cholo Villanueva.
That is right.
Now a different defensive scheme. They try to go zone. That is a 4-3. That's a miss. They will try to run, but there is no opportunity. But John Dermal says, why not? They go early, capped away by Jeremy Mahinay.
You see how quickly they want to go in the open floor and get some numbers, but mabilis rin bumaba ang depensa nitong mga Black Bulls. Kahit si Jeremy Mahinay, bumababa.
Like the defensive culture being set out by Quezon City, going down on any defensive opportunity. Apinan. Knocks it off the Comboy. Takes it out. Comboy steps back. 3. Another miss for Comboy. That's 3 out of 10 from the outside. 63-62. Only 1-point lead for Batangas here in the fourth quarter. De La Cruz. Extended zone. Apinan actually playing the head of the zone.
That's right.
They go corner. 3-pointers have been a struggle, but that's a problem of the zone. Offensive rebounding. At the right place at the right time. Jeremy Mahinay gets the stick back.
All muscle on that box-out situation for Jeremy Mahinay. That base of his allowing him to dislodge Jexter to recover that offensive rebound.
Welcome back to the Mpbl. Jeremy Mahinay. He is playing a terrific ball game. Jexter Pinan using his speed and that little space gets that layup.
A little action involving Jexter Apinan for that finish going left side.
Coach, look at this. Right away, after one offensive rebound, they go back to the man. But a successful execution coming for Quezon City.
This is what I love about the triangle execution of Coach J.B. Ole. He puts that post very high on the mid-post, not down on the low block, and so that it allows, in case of a pinch post action, libre yung kabilang side for that guy to operate on.
We saw that perfect execution in that last play para din sa QC. They're back in a 1-point lead here with 3 minutes and 40 remaining. Nermal wide open. We've not seen a field goal from John. Oh, a little too strong for Sed. Third opportunity. Sed Plaza strong again. Fourth opportunity. Sawat strong again. 4 opportunities para dito sa Batangas.
0 out of 4.
Jump ball situation, coach. This is gonna be the 5th opportunity para dito sa Batangas. Those are good shots, coach.
Yes, agree. Ang lapid, but you couldn't make it. You're getting the big shots that you want.
Plaza, 2 close shots. Sawat, another close shot. But once again, you see the coaching staff. There is no panic. They are executing. Go back on the side of the blue. Sawat. And go to Nermal. Wide open. The struggles continue for Jan. Ball goes to the side of the white. Jan Nermal in this ball game. 0 out of 8 in terms of field goal.
Oh, look at how clear that backdoor step was.
Cross court. That's a miss for Clark. The ball goes aside of Quezon City. It is very interesting, coach. There is no Pat Buena in the late game situation para dito sa Quezon City.
As much as you love the three-point shot making of Pat Buena, in this case where rebounding has been, crucial to this game, you got to put in someone that can match up.
Cruz trying to match that size up top. They go 2-man game. Plaza tries to save it, but only 4 seconds on the shot clock.
Yep. And again, the length of the offense really just making it difficult for any just clear execution, at least in this instance. And Pat Buena's back.
You see that there is a little struggle on the offensive end. Brings back in their best scorer with Pat Buena.
Watch out for Pat.
Over. Pat Buena returns 2 seconds, but his teammate was not aware. Charles De La Cruz was still stepping on the outside.
Well, he had a lot of time, but could not put the ball on the floor because he knew every time that he puts that ball goes on the floor, he's in trouble.
Now, Pat Buena, offensive defensive substitution, returns back on the bench for a defensive sub. Isip goes to Sawat. He's still trying to create for Jan Nermal, but they go post, only single coverage. One-on-one, Seda Plaza. That's the shot he's been trying to make, but that's a third straight miss for Sed.
Are the legs giving in now with all these activities, running, going for rebounds?
Seda Plaza has been playing 21 minutes in today's ball game. Comboy pressured well by Eno Comboy. That's a turnover for QC.
But I think they're going to challenge that. That time around, they tried to run the UCLA entry off that triple post. But as soon as that ball got to the side, ball got tipped.
Coach Javier Lea deciding to go for his challenge right here. A very crucial challenge. So the decision will be made after we take a break.
Upon review, the challenge was unsuccessful. Ball possession for Batangas City.
Obvious disappointment on the side of the coaches. It is unsuccessful on the challenge, hitting the right knee.
Well, that looks clear, and it happened right in front of Coach JV.
The ball now goes back para dito sa Batangas. They're still down by 1.65. Oh, what a backdoor. They go to the other corner. Nermal for 3. Nermal with a miss. 0 out of 10 for Jan Nermal. Another opportunity para sa Batangas. Comboy using the screen. Comboy goes on the inside. Sawat at the right place. Not the right shot. Nermal, third opportunity. Ablaza wide open. Ablaza too easy.
Boy, thankfully for Coach Cholo, a number of attempts. What, three? 3 attempts in one goal.
Coach, you cannot ask for anything else in terms of execution. They're executing terrific, but just could not make any shot.
Yeah, those are the shots that's available. They were just difficulty making them.
Sarangani Marlins already warming up for our main game later today. They'll be going up against the home team in the Bataan Risers here in Orion, Bataan. Of course, our Mpbl VIPs always in attendance wherever, whenever. Coach, 1-point lead para sa Batangas. Timeout by Quezon City. A terrific ball game. Off air, we were talking. This is quality basketball we are watching.
Oh yeah, indeed, definitely. And it's not just the offense. It's really more the defense. I mean, you got a shot, I got a better shot. You get a stop, I'll get another stop my end. Now it's Batangas' turn to try and answer back.
Batangas will be countering with the press, coach. This is rare. Deadlocks 5, the lead changes 8. And there is a pull right away for Batangas. But coach, they're going shorter this time around. You look at Batangas, Comboy, Isit, Viloria, Sawat, and Nablaza. So when they went tall ball, now they go small ball.
Yeah.
A lot of experimentation as we were talking about.
And we've seen a lot of times. I see this foul call. We've seen a lot of times on the press break where they will spread that middle open and allow that middle big man to flash. And then that pinch post blind pig action happens when the big receives that ball, looks to the wing. Yun ang kailangan bantayan ng Batangas.
That's what they were trying to negate, just a little too physical on that last play. And that's going to be 5 fouls on CJ Isit. And that's going to hurt para dito because that is an off-ball foul para dito sa Batangas. So that's going to give a free throw.
And also so far, this is his first trip to the line. Yeah, awesome.
A little clarity. Let's see. They're not allowing Jan Normal to enter the court. So Coach Cholo will decide to go with Don Chea. MJ Hoson actually yet to make a basket in today's ball game. But Coach, his production, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, make that 1 point. So it's not the scoring that he is really helping. It is the other parts of his ball game. Complete package for Hoson, also with a steal here in this game.
And really, for the most part, with the exclusion of Loria, most of these guys are heavy minutes on the floor for Quezon City.
67 all, 1 minute 30 remaining. Cut check time for both of these teams. Derige looking for a friend. Did not find one. Hoson hands it off. Hoson, 4 seconds remaining. Far off, Buena. Oh, that's a travel on Pat Buena. Could have been a 3-pointer made for Pat.
Yep, and all because, you know, that defense flew in from Don Ochea. And how important is that? Don could have just, you know, I'm late, I'm not gonna close out. Pero hinabol niya talaga. He understands, you know, this is how we do it in Batangas.
It looks like that forced substitution on Don Ochea was a blessing, getting them a stop. Let's see what execution Batangas has. Normal not scared even with the misses. First basket for Jan Normal coming up late.
I mean, despite all the misses, if you're gonna get Jan Normal middle of the floor on the move against Jeremy Mahinay, you'll take it.
Jan Normal 1 out of 11, but comes at the best time possible. On the other end, 3-pointer on the corner. Quezon City gets the lead back.
Well, on the baseline drive, you try and shrink the court by compacting the paint. But they totally forgot about that baseline drift. Jan Normal had to chase back. Too late. That shot went out.
Christian Jake Agoncillo has been doing everything for Quezon City, but that is his first 3-pointer. Has been 0 out of 3, coach, but getting his first one.
Okay. So screen, go. Tama ko yung bola. Okay. Screen, go. Here, handoff. Spread, spread, spread. In case hindi makuha ni Ino doon, flash Abdul, then you're on a backdoor. Okay. Screen. Kailangan ka ni Sed. Palabas mo, kunin mo yung bola.
Coach, we didn't see the board, but one thing I know, there's a back door and there's a screen. What can we expect?
Yeah, first they're going to try and initiate some action. If those options are not there, the important thing is to get the ball inside and never spread out and open the floor for their next attack.
We talk about after timeout plays. We're just sure that Coach Cholo has a lot in his bag. We go to Abdul. We hand it off to Jan. Give it back to Ino. The actions are not there. They're going to go high two-man game with Sed. Ino drives it hard. Sees a Blaza. Oh, that's a tap with only 1 second. That's going to be a shot clock violation.
Boy. We talked about the offense of the Quezon City Black Bulls, but you gotta admire how they defended that last possession.
That was well defended, forcing a stop on Batangas.
Now, I guess the big question is here is that you got a 2-for-1. Are you going for a quick 2 and then have the final shot? We'll see.
These are the times that they will be tested. A new and up-and-coming team. A close game against a team that has proven a lot in the Mpbl. Quezon City, 15 seconds remaining. They go to the corner. Charles wants it one-on-one against Normal. Uses Clark as a screener. Charles drives baseline. Steps on the baseline. And that will be a turnover. No option available for Charles.
Well, again, it goes back to defense. You see Coach J.B. Olea, again, he was saying it took a lot of time for you to doing all these jab steps. You gotta let that ball go and allow the others to create.
Not really the best of execution for Quezon City.
I agree.
Another after timeout play for Coach Cholo. We do know he has a lot in his bag. Can they execute this time around?
Ganyan. Pero sa bola. Sed. Abdul. Then, Jan. Okay? So, for example, so go. Ino, kailangan mo lang makuha yung bola. And then Sed, if naka-zone, dito ka. Then Sawat, nandito ka. They're using the screen here. Ganun. So, meron kang atake dito. Si Abdul nandito. May short roll dito si Sed. Meron kang pull up, may skip ka doon. Go, kuya!
A little adjustment on the side of Coach Cholo. So now he is reading, Coach, whether it's a man or a zone.
Yeah.
There are two different options, but we've yet to see what these options are.
Good, reminder for their team as they do this inbound.
Daniel Viloria inbounding. They go to Abdul. Wendelino, he gets it up top. Step back for Ino. That's a foul, and there is a foul to give for Quezon City. Actually, another foul to give after this. Good foul coming from Clark Dirigue. Smart one coming from the veteran.
Right, manage that clock well until you thought that medyo late na in defense. It's time for us to foul.
Cranial Viloria once again, they go with the same execution. Said they go out to Jan. 10 seconds. So that's the last foul to give para dito sa Quezon City. No free throws yet para dito sa Batangas. So now everybody is reminding them on the side of QC, no more fouls. You see everybody standing up. Plaza. They like that play. They go to Jan. Well defended. No space. Clogged and closed. That's a stop. We will be going on a review.
Now, if that's a jump ball, possession arrows pointing the side of Batangas.
I think we're under 2 minutes, Coach. We have the chance to review this play. But that was well defended, Coach.
Yes.
Clogged and closed on the inside. No space to operate.
Yeah. The last 5 possessions have been well defended for both these teams.
What was a high-scoring ball game in the first quarter ended up becoming a defensive game.
Right.
And it's been a chess match between Coach JB and Coach Cholo. And again, let's remind everybody, this is the preseason. The competition is high, the intensity is high, but we are in the preseason. We were told exhibition matches. This does not look like an exhibition match.
I love it every time you remind us, Coach. Sometimes I get carried away and tama ka naman. Pre-season nga naman. Pero yung laro kasi, no? Intense.
Intense, you know. But Coach, again, it's a culture thing. Winning,
Yeah.
you know, even in the preseason, even if it's an exhibition, culture is winning is a culture, and they really want to start it in the preseason. We see the intensity in the competition here in Orion, Bataan. Everybody is waiting for the result. But Coach, the struggles of Batangas from the close shots to their free throws, these are one of the reasons why they are down by 1 point.
Agree. And again, it really goes back to that first half where they had challenges in terms of shot making. It's not that it's not the right person that's taking the shot. You know, Jan Normal, Seda Blasa, clearly makeable shots from point blank.
Another opportunity for Batangas after the review. The ball will go back to the side of the blue. Looks like it's a last touch on a white shirt. See here, obviously, Charles de la Cruz. Let's see here. Screen on the corners. Look at Sed. Nothing there. Normal, well challenged. Rebounded by Sed. Still 2 seconds. Rebounded. Oh, it's a foul. With 0.6 remaining.
Wow.
Coach, that was read well.
Yeah.
That was a good switch on the corner. Usually Seda Blasa would be open off the screen.
That's right. I thought that Coach Cholo they were going for what's called a hot stove, where you try and get a back pick and then release off of it and get back, break into towards the ball. But that good switch by Hoson did not allow that free space for Seda Blasa.
I forgot which game, but we've seen that work for Batangas a lot of times. But here, they're checking if the foul will still count. Charles de la Cruz was able to get the ball. Could have been a travel right there, and then they called the foul right here on Seda Blasa. So it's very interesting, Coach, if they'll call the foul or they'll call the travel on Charles de la Cruz. Because if that is so, there will be 1 second remaining for Batangas.
Still a lot of time to make something out of it.
There was no whistle before the foul, but I don't know if that is reviewable.
Yeah. Kung ikaw naman si Coach Cholo, ito yung mga sitwasyon na gusto mo kasi it brings out the best in you and nakikita mo yung performance ng mga bago mong mga manlalaro, ika nga. And so, it's on them to make adjustments when they head into the regular season.
They're not complete in today's game. Marco Laya not playing. Mark Cruz also not playing. Now, one guy that we've yet to see, Desmond Price, a Philam.
Right.
I've seen this guy play. He
Official
is a
time
baller.
remaining in the fourth quarter is 1.2 seconds.
They will call the travel, Coach.
Oh.
They will call the travel.
All right.
So that's going to be on Charles de la Cruz, sliding his pivot foot. You see here, got the ball. He thought it was done. When he got the ball, there was no whistle. And dito, yan, nag-slide na siya dyan.
Oh, yeah.
So that is the travel right there. It's a good decision by the referee. 1.2 remaining. What does Batangas have? Cranial to the corner. Fake screen, read well by Quezon City. Coach, whatever play Coach Cholo has, Coach JB was able to counter.
And that, to me, is what speaks highly of a Coach JB Olea. I mean, you know that Coach Cholo is always going to have something in his bag in situations like this. But for Coach JB Olea to lead these young guns into a close game and finish it off on the defensive end speaks highly of Coach JB.
And our best player of the ball game with consistency, and of course, he got them the lead early. Pat Buena, 19 points, 4 rebounds. Coach, another beautiful game para dito kay Pat Buena.
Yeah, indeed. And him and Josh Roque started it off with the hot shooting from outside, but he was very consistent throughout.
Pat Buena once again getting his second player of the game honors. This guy has been a revelation para dito sa Quezon City, but we are not done.